Welcome back to our conversation with Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. With regard to education, the battle is on over the Mass Teachers Association legislation, the teacher unions, that would do away with the MCAS graduation requirement. This is where the state takes a look at the fourth grade MCAS scores and the eighth grade scores, identifies students that are struggling, classrooms and teachers that may be struggling, and focuses resources on them in order to make sure they can pass the relatively minimal graduation requirements by the time they're seniors. Do you want to keep the current system, albeit with tweaks to the MCAS, or do you side with the union on this one?
I've spent a lot of time with educators and wherever I every single week try to spend some time in the classrooms, visiting a school. And what I hear from the teachers and school leaders I've talked to is that assessments are important. It's very important to have a clear sense of how individual students are doing and which areas they need more support, and also how classrooms and sort of grade cohorts are doing, because then you can identify trends, maybe where the curriculum needs to be shored up.
And that's what the MCAS does, right?
Well, when it's a high stakes assessment that is really the kind of make or break of whether a school gets funding or whether some action is taken that could potentially set off a cycle of disinvestment or removal of certain programming, that's different than regular assessments, which are meant to direct support and resources and see where things need to actually be changed. And so
let me interrupt. I'm sorry, Mayor. Let me interrupt. I'm confused by something you just said. Has there ever been a case where a school was where funding was pulled from a school because their MCAS scores weren't good?
It can trigger a cycle of disinvestment where if we see that the scores are the be all end all and that is what determines graduation and that is what determines enrollment and this and that, then it spirals off. And so rather than having in Boston, I know we're trying to move to a system where assessments are part of the ongoing way to measure and track and direct changes that are needed. But hanging everything on one particular test, especially one that may not be as culturally accessible to everyone and may, just focuses on that test rather than other forms of learning, that can perpetuate harms.
How about the teacher union's push for the right to strike? Do you think that's a good idea?
I am both mayor and mom with kids in the public school system. And as mayor, it's very difficult to think about what the impacts would be when some of the very key roles, for example, our first responders and public safety agencies having the ability to kind of walk off the job is just not something that exists because of how critical those services are. Similarly with schools, it would be tremendously, tremendously disruptive for all manners of a family's life. At the same time, I want to make sure that our educators have every bit of support and collective bargaining power possible. So I personally would not want to find ways that we can empower our educators and get those deals done across the table without pushing into really the risks that can happen on families' lives if our educators were to completely walk off the job.
Mayor, thanks for your time. Please come again soon.
Thank you so much. We'll do it in person next time.
Yeah, I hope so. And thank you very much for joining us. Now it's back over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.